The sun bleeds over the Sahara, casting long shadows over dunes that shift like whispers. This is Morocco, a crossroads, a collision of cultures, a feast for the senses. We're not just talking tagines and mint tea here, though God knows those have their place. We're talking about the kind of beauty that punches you in the gut, the kind of history you can practically taste in the air. Join me and forget Lonely Planet. This is Morocco Unveiled. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I had to look at a map more than once to get this straight. Morocco is perched right on the edge of Africa, staring across the Strait of Gibraltar at Spain. It's like the cool kid who hangs out in two different cliques, one foot in Europe, the other in Africa. To the north, the Mediterranean laps at its shores, while the wild Atlantic crashes against its western coast. And let's not forget the Sahara Desert, swallowing up the south in a sea of sand. This ain't some tiny, forgettable country either. Morocco is a decent size, with a landscape that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking rugged mountains, fertile plains, and yeah, that endless desert I mentioned. It's like they took all the best bits of the planet and crammed them into one incredible country. And you know what that means, right? Diversity. Not just in the landscape, but in the people, the food, the whole damn experience. Morocco is a melting pot, a place where cultures collide and traditions endure. You've got the indigenous Berbers, the Arabs, and a whole lot of influences from Europe and sub-Saharan Africa. It's a beautiful mess, and trust me, you're gonna want to dive in head first. Morocco is bursting at the seams with people. Over 37 million souls, and counting. That's like cramming the entire population of Canada into a country the size of California. Yeah, it's a tight squeeze, especially in the cities. Speaking of cities, that's where you'll find most Moroccans. Casablanca, Marrakech, Fez. These urban jungles pulsate with life, a chaotic symphony of sights, sounds, and smells. But don't think for a second that everyone's crammed into concrete cages. Venture out into the countryside, and you'll find a different pace of life. Here, in the shadow of ancient mountains and sprawling deserts, life moves to the rhythm of the seasons. Farmers tend their fields, shepherds guide their flocks, and traditions passed down through generations endure. It's a side of Morocco that most tourists never see, and it's a damn shame. But whether they're navigating the urban labyrinth or embracing the tranquility of rural life, the Moroccan people share a warmth and hospitality that'll melt your cynical heart. So, go on, get lost in the souks, share a meal with a local family, and discover the true spirit of Morocco. Alright, let's talk weather, because Morocco throws a curveball when it comes to climate. Think of it like this. You can be snowboarding in the Atlas Mountains in the morning and sunbathing on a Mediterranean beach in the afternoon. Yeah, it's that diverse. Along the coast, you've got your classic Mediterranean climate, hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. Perfect for soaking up the sun or exploring ancient ruins without breaking a sweat. But head inland and things start to heat up. The further you venture into the heart of Morocco, the more extreme the temperatures become. We're talking scorching deserts where the mercury can soar past 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Not exactly ideal for a casual stroll, but hey, at least you'll get to kill a tan, right? But don't worry, Morocco's got something for everyone. Up in the Rif Mountains, you'll find a lush green paradise with a more temperate climate. Perfect for hiking and escaping the heat. So pack your bags, folks. Just make sure to bring your swimsuit and your snow boots. Alright, let's talk communication. The official language of Morocco is Arabic, but don't worry, you don't need to be a linguistic genius to get by. Moroccans are used to dealing with us tongue-tied tourists, and they're generally a patient bunch. Now things get a little more interesting when you throw Berber into the mix. The Berbers, the indigenous people of Morocco, have their own language, and while it's not as widely spoken as Arabic, you'll definitely hear it in certain regions. It's a beautiful, guttural language, and trust me, even if you don't understand a word, it's pretty damn cool to listen to. But here's the kicker: French. Thanks to Morocco's history as a French protectorate, French is widely spoken, especially in the cities and tourist areas. So if your Arabic is rusty and your Berber is non-existent, you can always fall back on the language of love, or at least the language of croissants and baguettes. Bottom line, communication in Morocco is like a delicious tagine, a blend of flavors that somehow just works. So don't be afraid to butcher the language, use your hands, and embrace the art of miscommunication. It's all part of the adventure. Forget everything you thought you knew about capital cities, because Rabat ain't your typical concrete jungle. Sure, it's the political heart of Morocco, but it's also a city steeped in history, culture, and a certain understated elegance that'll win you over faster than you can say dirham. Perched on the Atlantic coast, Rabat is a breath of fresh air compared to its more chaotic cousins like Marrakech and Fez. Don't get me wrong, those cities have their charms, but Rabat offers a different pace of life. Think tranquil gardens, elegant architecture, and a sense of history that hangs in the air like the scent of jasmine. This is a city best explored on foot, getting lost in the labyrinthine alleyways of the Medina, marveling at the intricate tilework of the Hassan Tower, or simply soaking up the atmosphere in a bustling cafe. And speaking of cafes, Rabat knows how to do coffee right. So, grab a seat, order a strong cup of the good stuff, and watch the world go by. Rabat might not have the immediate wow factor of other Moroccan cities, but trust me, this is a place that grows on you. It's a city of subtle charms and hidden gems, a place where history and modernity collide in the most delightful way. Alright, let's get down to business. Literally, Morocco's economy is a mixed bag, a bit like its landscape, with some sectors booming and others, well, not so much. But one thing's for sure, this country's got potential coming out of its ears. First up, let's talk phosphates. Yeah, not exactly the sexiest of industries, but trust me, it's a big deal here. Morocco sits on a mountain of this stuff, literally. And it's one of the world's leading exporters. So the next time you're brushing your teeth, there's a good chance those pearly whites are getting a little Moroccan love. But let's be real, the real moneymaker here is tourism. And who can blame them? With its stunning landscapes, vibrant culture, and delicious food. We'll get to that later. Morocco is a traveler's dream. From the bustling souks of Marrakech to the ancient ruins of Volubilis, there's something here for everyone. But it's not all sunshine and roses. Morocco's economy still faces challenges, from high unemployment to poverty in rural areas. But there's a sense of optimism in the air, a feeling that things are changing, that Morocco is on the cusp of something special. So, yeah, the economy might be a bit of a work in progress, but hey, that's part of what makes Morocco so damn interesting. It's a country on the move, a place where tradition and modernity collide, and where the future is ripe with possibility. Alright, let's talk currency, because nobody wants to end up in a Moroccan souk with empty pockets. The official currency of Morocco is the dirham. And trust me, you're going to want to get acquainted with these bad boys. Now here's the deal. The dirham is a closed currency, which means you can't buy it outside of Morocco. Don't worry though, exchanging your hard-earned cash once you arrive is a breeze. You'll find banks and exchange bureaus everywhere, especially in tourist areas. As for the exchange rate, well, it fluctuates like the tide, so it's always a good idea to check before you go. But generally speaking, your money will go a long way in Morocco. Accommodation, food, and transportation are all relatively affordable, especially compared to other popular tourist destinations. Just a heads up, haggling is a way of life in Morocco, especially in the souks. So channel your inner bargain hunter. Don't be afraid to negotiate, and you'll be sure to score some great deals. And hey, even if you overpay a little, it's all part of the experience, right? Look, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw a belly dancer in Morocco, I was expecting some kind of cheesy tourist trap. But then the music started, the dancer moved, and I swear to God, I felt something shift in my soul. That's the power of Moroccan traditions, my friends. They grab you by the balls and don't let go. We're not just talking about belly dancing here, though God knows that's entertaining. Moroccan culture is a rich tapestry woven from centuries of tradition, a vibrant blend of Berber, Arab, and Andalusian influences. It's in the music, the food, the architecture, the hospitality that'll make you feel like family even if you just met 5 minutes ago. Take henna, for example. This ancient art form isn't just about pretty designs on women's hands. It's a symbol of good luck, fertility, and protection, a tradition passed down through generations of women, each design telling a story. And then there's the music. From the hypnotic rhythms of Nawa music to the soulful melodies of Andalusian classical, Moroccan music is a feast for the ears. It's the kind of music that gets under your skin, that makes you want to move, to dance, to lose yourself in the moment. If there's one thing Moroccans know how to do, it's throw a party. And I'm not talking about your average backyard barbecue here. We're talking full-on sensory overload, dance till you drop kind of festivals that'll leave you wondering what year it is. Take the Fez Festival of World Sacred Music. Every year, the ancient city of Fez transforms into a giant open-air stage, hosting musicians and performers from around the world. We're talking Sufi mystics, Indian sitar players, Senegalese drummers, a true melting pot of sounds and cultures that'll blow your mind wide open. But it's not all about music. Morocco is home to a dizzying array of festivals, celebrating everything from roses to camels to almonds. Yeah, you heard me right, almonds. The Amilkul Marriage Festival, for example, is a sight to behold. Held annually in the High Atlas Mountains, this festival is basically a giant matchmaking event where couples from different Berber tribes come to tie the knot. It's a tradition that dates back centuries, and trust me, it's a hell of a lot more fun than Tinder. So if you're looking for a truly immersive cultural experience, time your visit to Morocco with one of these incredible festivals. Just be prepared to dance, eat, and celebrate like there's no tomorrow. Alright, let's talk about the good stuff. The food. Because let's be real, no trip to Morocco is complete without stuffing your face with as much deliciousness as humanly possible. And trust me, your taste buds are in for one hell of a ride. First up, the star of the show, tagine. This slow-cooked stew is a Moroccan classic, and for good reason. Tender meats, vibrant spices, and fresh vegetables all simmered to perfection in a traditional clay pot, creating a symphony of flavors that'll have you licking the plate clean. But don't think for a second that tagine is the only game in town. Couscous, that fluffy, flavorful grain, is another Moroccan staple, served up with everything from grilled meats to hearty vegetables. And then there's the bread. Oh, the bread. Freshly baked, crusty, and perfect for sopping up every last drop of that delicious tagine sauce. But it's not just about the savory stuff. Moroccans know how to do sweets too. From delicate pastries like gazelle horns to the rich, nutty sweetness of almond briottes. There's a dessert here to satisfy every sweet tooth. And let's not forget about the mint tea. Served sweet and strong, it's the perfect way to end a meal or simply take a break from the hustle and bustle of Moroccan life. So go on, indulge, eat, drink, and be merry, because in Morocco, food is more than just sustenance. It's a celebration of life. The sun sets over the Sahara, painting the dunes in shades of orange, pink, and purple. Another day in Morocco comes to an end, but the memories, the flavors, the sounds, they linger like the scent of spices in a bustling souk. Morocco, you've been real. You've challenged me, surprised me, and filled me with enough tagine and mint tea to last a lifetime. But most importantly, you've reminded me of the power of travel, of the beauty of connecting with different cultures, and of the importance of always ordering the local wine. So thank you for joining me on this adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep eating, and keep embracing the unknown. And hey, if you ever find yourself in a Moroccan souk haggling over a rug, raise a glass of mint tea to the guy who sent you. Cheers.